everybody. All right, so here we are. I think this is going to be the last leg of the suspension and on the 64. Finished it up last night. All right, so this morning we spent some time, gathered up all the parts, cleaned everything off. We're going to start with a nice clean slate. We're going to undo all these rod ends, make sure everything's all clean, ready to go. Got the axles ready, all the brakes, shocks, rotors, pads. Got the rear down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the camera up. We're going to put you on time lapse speed. I call it speed dial, but time lapse, and we'll show you how it goes back together. All right, and then we're going to run all the, probably just run the brake lines up to the top from the rear. Well, we're going to definitely mount the other pieces onto the rear end and on the top, and then he can run his own brake lines. All right, so here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys checking us out.
All right, 386.
What do we got, Josh?
I think. Well, last time I looked was 386.
Yep. So we're getting there. We appreciate you guys. I know it don't sound like a lot compared to thousands and thousands, but you got to start somewhere. All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna disassemble all the track bars and the 4-link bars. We gotta lube them. We're gonna put anti-seize in them, and then we're gonna put them all back together. This way, once they're in, you're good to go.
And then every once in a while you hit these, like this one's actually a little stiff.
Yeah,
You hit them with some WD-40.
Yep.
But this one needs to get worked in.
We'll lube them up before we finally put them in. So, all right. So here we go. Keep going. Alright, so we're going to install the 4 bars on here. We're going to put the rear up on here. We're going to lift everything up into place and put it all together. So you're going to be on a time lapse for quite a while. Alright?
We'll lower the car down.
Yeah, we're going to lower the car down onto it and all that kind of good stuff. Alright? Talk to you in a minute. Alright, so we're going to put the shocks together. We already mounted the little ends with the little clips in there. That's all done. So now we need ride height. So we want to know where ride height's going to be. The ride height is 14.5 inches. So at 14.5 inches, right? So fully extended, they're 17, right? Fully collapsed, they're 12. So you got a 5-inch of travel. So we're gonna go at 14.5, and then you can play with it up or down. But we want a 14.5 to start with. That's what we set everything up at. So 14.5. 14 and a half. 14. 16 and a half. 14 and a half is right there. So now that's where you want the shock to sit. So you want the shock sitting like that. So 14 and a half. So these springs are, these are 110s. So when we set it up, we want to make sure that that shock and the spring sits. So this distance has to be 14 and a half, okay, at ride height. So we're going to collapse this spring to meet that, wherever we got to have that, okay? I'm going to put these back together. We already moved them up. Set them back in place. And we'll go from there. All right? Gotta make sure you put anti-seize on them. All right? For now, we're just gonna make them even. Like that. Okay? All right. Put your back on. So now the rear is centered. We got our so we're going to put the axles in. I got to make a tube so the axles don't do that inside the housing because it doesn't have the center section. And then we'll mount all the brackets and stuff. Put the wheels on it. We're going to let it down, make sure we got ride height, and then we'll adjust this.
All right. It'll be rolling on its own.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. And then we'll see if we can get the headliner in later.
All right. So we're getting ready to put the axles in. I got one side on. We need something in the middle, like I said, to keep them from flopping around. So this fits almost perfect. So it's going to be good enough for that. So this one's going to go in here, right? Like that, and it'll
hold the middle of them
beat the
together.
other one.
Let me get it in here.
Got it in there. Like that. Like that. And pop. Beautiful. And that lines up really nice. Okay, that one's in. That one's in.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Nice. Okay.
Sorry about the lighting there.
All right.
It's hard while the
So we're gonna
light.
put all the
That
brake
way.
brackets on it. He's gonna have to take it all back off. I want to put all the brake brackets on it, run all the lines and stuff. When you take it apart, all you're gonna have to do is basically undo the caliper and take the bracket off, and then you can leave that there. You're probably gonna have to drop the rear to get the tire on,
Like we have to do ours, so.
because remember, you're late.
To get them tires tucked under
If it
there,
had
up
stock-
in there.
If it had stock lug nuts, maybe.
Nah,
Yeah, maybe, because look.
it's real close.
Well,
You don't have the brake caliper on it, so.
Yeah, but look, if it had stock lug nuts, it might have been better.
Yeah,
But
well.
whatever. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, so these are those bulkheads I told you about. This is gonna go like this. Right. Then the brake line is gonna go from here to the caliper.
Oh, you
like
got
that.
a flexible line there.
Right, and then we're gonna make a hard line from here to here, and then another flex line up to that. Okay? We'll get that going. At least all that'll be done. And all you're gonna do is run the line. I'll probably run the one that goes in here and out the side, and I'll leave a connection inside the car, and you could just run from the connection to the master cylinder, because I'm assuming you don't have no pedals or nothing in there, so you got to put pedals in it and then mount the master cylinder, adjust the rod to the right spot. All right, so we'll just get this up to there done, and maybe I'll do the same thing with the front. I'll run the line into the where the passenger compartment is, and then you could just run your line lock and all that stuff to that. All right. All right, you ready for this one? So these brackets, I know you're already getting nervous, aren't you? You should be. These brackets go on here like that. Okay. Now remember, these are different ends.
Yeah, these are.
Okay, these are the ends that you're using. The other ends that you're using were no good. So now, when I had those ends, I also ordered these. Okay, because now these go like this.
I got a flat spot.
Yeah, they're a T. They go like that. Okay? And then they go through, because there's no way to put a nut on this. That's why now everybody goes to the bigger ones. Actually, a lot of people are using these. Sorry, they use a lot of these. But you need this setup to run that.
Right.
Okay? The ones like we got in the Comet and the Falcon,
They're
use
a bigger hole.
they use
for it.
1/2 inch nut and bolt. Okay, we're good. I was like, man, now we got another. Oh shit! And then I remembered, you know what? I got a set someplace from when I ordered those, because we were going to use this when we changed your rear.
Bro, I was
But then
gonna
we
put
put
'em on
my
mine.
rear in it, so we didn't use these anymore. All right, we're good. Alright, so we're in the middle of mounting brakes. So that's how that goes, like that. This bracket comes from them, from Aeromotive. It's got 3 small washers, like spacers in there. Allen head bolt. Locking nut. Washer on each side. Now, that's gonna go on. I already checked the spacing, right? I'm gonna put a lug nut on. We got the lug nuts came in. This is what the lug nuts are.
You tighten your side
Okay.
up already?
They're from Gorilla Automotive Product. And let's see, he got them from He got them from Van Horn Racing Motorsports. All right. Came on time like they were supposed to. Actually, they came today. I think, what's today, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, those UPS guys. Anyway, showed up today. Nice. The chrome. Show you what they look like. They're deep, right? And they got like a knurled end so you could catch them with your finger. Pretty nice. Okay, so at least they're deep this way and not like real short like that. And they're acorn like we need. Okay, so we're just gonna put like 1, 2 on, right? Just to make sure. We're just gonna put a couple on. We gotta hold the rotor on flat, right? So that we can get all our clearance measurements.
Well, we'll get all those screwed on.
All right, so we got the rotor flush, like it's mounted. Okay, got the caliper on. We used one shim. So one of these shims, that's what's gonna go there. One shim between the caliper, between this caliper and this bracket, okay? And that centers it. You see it centers it real nice, okay? I'm gonna put the pads in it. And then we're done. Actually, I'm not even gonna put the pads in it, because you're gonna have to take them back off. No, wait a minute. No, you'll be able to pull it off. I'll put them in there. All right. I'm gonna run the line. I'm gonna put this line in from here to here. This caliper, I already put the tape on there. That's tight. I'm gonna make this line from here to here. And then we're gonna lower it down and mount the wheel. He's doing that side now. All right. So, like I said, we had these short ones on there. You can see the difference. All right. These are, we just use these to mock up the thing. So now we're just putting these all on the front and get them all mounted on. They'll look like that. They look good. All right, we'll get them all done. And then we're gonna drop the rear. We use the transmission jack to drop the rear down and mount the tires. I gotta put the brakes in there and then mount the tires. See what it looks like on the ground. So we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna drop the rear down.
Put these tires under it. Nice and easy. Okay.
Let's see if we got enough room. I gotta get the lug nut.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. Woo, baby!
They look big under there.
Hell yeah, they look good under here. Alright, let me get the other one on, then we gotta. These lug nuts take forever to screw on. Just center everything. Oh, we already centered it. Oh, we're good to go. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Alright, we'll tighten those up.
Yep. All right.
We're making these solid lines up.
So, one more thing. We put that on there. Forgot about that. So that, now we're gonna, those lines are on, bulkheads on there. Now we're gonna make the hard line from here to here, here to there, and then a flex line up to that. I'm gonna have to. See if I don't have one, either we get one or you're gonna get one.
What, the flex line?
Yeah, need like a.
Probably have to order one.
I think we have one in there. I got extra.
I gotta look.
I got extra ones all over the place. See if we have the right one. Okay. Yeah, buddy.
This is how you make your brake line, but
And that's gonna go just like that. Okay, so that's gonna go there.
then make the other end up after.
Yeah.
Figure out how long.
Just gonna probably end up cutting it here. Get this side so we know where it's gotta end up.
Alright, so we'll get farther along with this and make these up.
All right, and this is why you stock parts. So you had, with the ones that they sent you 2. So I had enough to make that up. And then these I had from another setup. Same thing. Speedway, same thing. Okay?
Extra
You
part.
can finish and not get stuck not having parts. Okie dokie. Alright, make one more line up like this, and then we'll put them on. Alright, so we got the lines all made up. I'm going to put a bulkhead up on that bracket, and then make it come down from there to there with a flexible line. Right now what I'm doing is I'm making one more line that goes from up here. I made a hole in that floor back there, right above the shock mount, and it's going to run down along the wheel well and about halfway down the floor there, and I'll put a connector on it, and then you could just connect it. You could just connect it from there and run your line forward. All right, so I'm going to make this line up now. Okay, so this line's made up. This is going to go to the top where the T is. This is going to go in the hole. I mounted this. I found like a little rubber grommet. That's going to go in the hole. That comes alongside the wheel tub, the mini tub. Put another end on there, and then you got this connector that you can hook up your other line and go wherever you're going to, down to the master cylinder. All right, that's that. I'm going to put it in. All right, so that's the line, and it goes into that side of the wall there. Little grommet. I think I'm going to put one wire tie right here, keep that from rattling, and it's done. All right. The only thing I'm waiting on now, I had one, but it wasn't long enough, and I had another one. It was too long, so I ordered the right flexible line that goes from here to here. So I have one that'll reach, but then when you need to drop the rear down to get the tires and stuff off, because you're going to have to undo those shocks to get those tires off like you saw us do, then you don't want to be undoing brake lines. So make it a little bit longer. This way you just drop the rear down as far as you want and you're done. All right? So here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to give you a look-see. I'm going to let it down and see what it looks like. The locks. Moment of truth. See what it looks like. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah, look at that. We'll back it outside now and show you. Just like you wanted it. That looks sweet. All right, we're gonna get it outside. All right. Oh man, this thing looks good. So there you have it. It's actually gonna sit about maybe a little bit, about a ½ inch lower than that. Because remember, there's no weight in the car, there's no nothing in it, so it's gonna sit a little bit lower than that. But the ride height, the front's, that's the way the front is, that's ride height, and the back is about, right now it should be at like 14.5 inch spread on the shock. It's just under 15. So, but it, man, it looks good. Got a nice stance to it. All right. Sun's going down. Another late day. I gotta get it done today. We gotta be able to roll this bad boy out of here. So now we're done with all that. Tomorrow we're gonna do the headliner. Put the glass back in it if we get time. Put the trunk back on it. And that's it. She's on her way. Gonna miss the little baby. Can't wait to see what he does. He's gonna keep us up with the build. He'll send me pictures and videos as he keeps working on it, and then I'll post them here on YouTube on our channel. He got another motor for it. You know, he's got the big blocks for it. I think he said the motor came in, the block finally showed up or something. But looks good. Everything's looking sweet. It's all dusty now. I'm gonna wipe it all down. All right. Got the look now. Come back here and take a look at it. All right. Looks good. All right, guys. You know the deal. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys all watching the channel. I hope you enjoyed this build. And we'll be working on the next one real soon. Next one coming up.